I lived a very sheltered life growing up. I'm not saying that was a bad thing, it was an idyllic time. Every need was provided. My parents weren't flawless, but they gave me a life that they felt was best, full of genuine love. I never faced any real challenge or misfortune. I had a reputation among family, friends, and our church as a good boy. My brother and his friends nicknamed me Conscience. Some people would say, sure, it'd be great if everyone liked me, but that's not realistic. Well, that wasn't me. I needed everyone in my life to view me in a favorable light. Sometimes when you live a sheltered life, a young person coming into adulthood discovers a part of them that wants to rebel to some degree. Opportunities start to present themselves. Mine came in the shape of a woman. We had dated for some time, and eventually I went against how I was raised as a Christian, and we had premarital relations. Guilt was building up, and this had led me back to church on a Sunday night. I decided I was going to straighten up. It really bothered me that I was disappointing my parents and those who I looked up to. After church that night, I had just pulled into the driveway at my parents' when I got the call. She was hesitant at first, but finally she said those two words that forever changed my life. I'm pregnant. Hearing those words even now conjures up emotion. It was like I blacked out and went to a fog that wouldn't clear. My fear was not that I would be a father. It was what this was going to do to my reputation as a good boy. And I knew my involvement as a musician in church would come to an end. And that was my world. How am I going to explain this to the church leaders and my family? It was too much to bear. This situation was going to remove from my life all the things that defined who I was. I felt like a fraud. I was not the good Christian guy I thought I was, and this was going to bring it to light for all to see. For several weeks, I thought we were going to have a child together until she confessed she was not in fact pregnant. You'd think at that point I would have felt relieved, but my consuming desire to escape reality only continued to intensify. That phone call led to 18 years of anxiety and confusion. I felt I wasn't cut out for this life, like my skin wasn't thick enough, and I fell into an identity crisis, even suicidal at times. Trying to move on, I registered for some college courses, but I couldn't focus enough to retain the information and dropped out. I tried several lines of work along the way. I managed to function, I just couldn't sustain anything, and I was too afraid and ashamed to talk to someone to get help. An attempt at marriage ended in just 4 years, and a close relationship thereafter still couldn't help me conquer my demons. I couldn't get out of my head. I couldn't find myself. Over the years of trying different things for reasons unknown to me at that time, I ultimately settled into property damage restoration and quickly excelled. In 2011, I married the love of my life. Elaine was exactly who I needed. The identity crisis and anxiety was still very present, but our love for each other would lay the foundation for eventual healing and restoration. I was determined to do my work my way, and I wanted a more profound ability to help like-minded people succeed along with me, so in 2015 I started my own restoration company. My business went from 0 to 60 in no time flat. Trying to manage that along with my still very present identity and emotional issues, I found myself with a whole new set of problems. At rock bottom, I knew I needed help, so I began to reach out. I decided it'd be beneficial to be part of a venture that was already established and added value to my business through support and additional resources. I did a lot of research looking for the right fit with respect to values. The statement that people buy people proved to be true in this case because I continually circled back to this one organization, and eventually I was invited to join the 1-800-Water Damage and Belfour franchise family. I accepted the invitation in 2018. It was at this point that I could feel true healing begin to take place. I finally had the people, support, and resources I needed to dig my way out. For years, I couldn't figure out why I always came back to restoration. What was it about this crazy 24-hour life that drew me in? Once I reached a place of healing and was able to sit back and reflect, that's when I was finally able to see it. I would have given anything to have someone or something restore me right then and there after that phone call. So for me, this isn't a job. It's a vocation, a lifestyle, because restoration is what I wanted. It's what I needed. It's what I lacked for so many years. My damage was emotional. The damage my clients face is physical. However, it's no less traumatic. One day your life is normal and the next you're derailed. I get to help them restore with empathy and compassion because I've been broken. I've been damaged. I've been in a crisis. I know what it's like. Whether it's a pipe burst, flooding, fire, sewage backup, mold, bacteria, virus, in some cases you'll literally be in a storm. If you call me and my team, The storm will not get the best of you because I've been there. I know what it's like, and it's my God-given calling to restore you to your original state before the storm as efficiently and effectively as possible.